Shalom. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash, and all honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I am Nawa Allah from GMS Chicago, and I'm just going to do a quick lesson about the Lord chose the foolish things to confound. Actually, I'm just get it right. I'm just get it right now. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27. It says, "But Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and Yahweh hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty." And the Lord chose the meek, all right, those who are humble, those who are meek, and as what this world sees us as, foolish, because we're out there in the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, right, which is America. Right, wearing our fringes as we prophesy and condemning, confounding the world for the wickedness that they have committed. All right, this world look at us as foolish, but hey, the Lord he chooses the meek, all right, and the foolish as what this world consider us as. All right, the Lord didn't choose no celebrities. The Lord didn't choose no man that highly esteems himself to be somebody. All right. Verse 28, "And the base things of the world and the things which are despised hath Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai, chosen, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are." This world, they despise the Lord's elect. All right. The Lord's hopeful elect are out there in the highways and byways prophesying, His word. All right. These people, this world is against us at the end of the day. Bring another one. Matthew 5:5, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." It goes to show that the Lord chose the meek, the humble, all right, to be the future judges of Yasharallah. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." And the hopeful elect are going to be the future judges of Yasharallah for just doing, for just prophesying and keeping the word of the Lord's patience until the end. Right, the people, they see this work as unprofitable, right? But this work, right, this doing the will of the Lord, right, is the Lord's elect is about to receive something that we can't even imagine. James 2:5 says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, hath not Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, chosen the poor of this world rich in faith and hearers of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him?" And Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai chose the poor of this world rich in faith. Right, his hopeful elect are rich in faith. Or even though we're in poor conditions, right, we're living in poverty, right, the Lord mainly chooses, right, the poor of this world, those who don't highly esteem himself as to be somebody. Alright? And here's the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. Isaiah 41 and 14 says, Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. And they, as we're out on the highways and byways, where you got bug outs, they come and bother us. You got bug outs that threaten us, that argue with us, that talk shit to us, or they might sometimes throw shit at us and whatnot. But it takes integrity, to hold your peace, to not retaliate, right? Because when the Lord was getting beat by his own people, when the Lord was getting treated like shit by his own people, the Lord did not get his lick back, right? The Lord didn't retaliate back at his own people for all the things that they had done to him. And in this world, they see us as weak because we don't fight back. I mean, at the end of the day, you should defend yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But this world, they see us as weak is because we don't tend to stay in an argument with them. We don't lash out on them for the most part. Among the scriptures, all right, as I'm about to hop into right now, that the word warm, meaning lowly. All right, Lord describes us as defenseless. All right, because hey, at the end of the day, vengeance is not ours. All right, Scripture speaks about the vengeance belongs to the Lord. All right, the Lord will repay. Proverbs 20 and 3 says, It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. And hey, it's an honor for a man to cease from strife. We're in the midst of an argument, right? And you got people talking shit to you, or pressing on your buttons and whatnot, or throwing shit at you, whatever. Whatever it is, it's an honor for a man to cease from strife, right? Because mainly, when you get your leg back and whatnot, and when you lash out on somebody, and that mainly be the woman, right? Getting over too emotional and all in her feelings, that mainly be a woman right there, right? They be getting their, the last punches in here and there and whatnot. Women do that stuff, right? Because of their emotional. The Lord didn't choose an emotional to be of his elect, right? The Lord don't choose an emotional individual to be of his elect. Right? The elect are meek, humble, right, lowly. But hey, we got a power. All right. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He is our power that will protect us from all our enemies. Right? We don't gotta lay our hands on nobody. Well, yeah, that was it to that lesson. Hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, and Shalom.